Welcome to Storytime with Pastor Steve. Today's story is Samson. It comes from the book of Judges, chapters 13 through 16. It's written by Loyal Kolbreck and Chris Larson and illustrated by Glenn Myers. Samson had a secret. He knew he was to be a Nazarite God's servant to set his people free. He traveled down to Timnah. Near a vineyard there, a lion strong attacked him. Its roar filled the air. God's Spirit came to Samson. No weapon could be found. He tore apart the lion and threw it to the ground. Philistine men caught Samson with new ropes tightly bound. God's Spirit came upon him, and the rope fell to the ground. The jawbone of a donkey was found nearby, and then, with this his only weapon, he killed 1,000 men. Then his enemies waited at Gaza by the gate. They planned to capture Samson. Their hearts were filled with hate. But Samson left at midnight. He left without a sound, and as he passed the gatepost, he tore them from the ground. He put them on his shoulders and took them miles away. He left them on a hilltop before the light of day. Samson loved a woman. Delilah was her name. And to her home one evening, Philistine rulers came. "We'll give you bags of silver," they whispered in the night, "if you learn the secret of Samson's power and might." When Samson came to see her, she said, "Please tell me true, how you can kill your enemies without them hurting you." "If they use rope," he told her, "a new rope must be. If they bind my hands up tight, I cannot break them free." She bound him then, she shouted, "Philistine men are here." He snapped the ropes off quickly. The men ran off in fear. She said you loved me. You mock me with your lies. Now tell me your great secret, dear Samson, strong and wise. Day after day she teased him, until one day he said, "At no time has a razor been used upon my head. It was the Lord's commandment, my hair and beard should grow, and if I use a razor, my strength will surely go." One night, as mighty Samson lay sleeping on the bed, Delilah called a barber, who quickly shaved his head. She cried, "The men are on you." When he rose to fight, he found the Lord had left him. He'd lost his strength and might. They bound his hands behind him, put chains upon his feet. They blinded him, then led him along the Gaza street. Without God's power to help him, bald Samson, weak and blind, was shackled to a mill wheel, the prison's wheat to grind. Day after day he labored, but people did not know that as the days were passing, his hair began to grow. One day when all were feasting, some said, "Bring Samson here. He'll be our own clown to cheer us. No more a man to fear." They led him to the temple, between the pillars high. He placed his hands upon them, his face turned to the sky. He prayed, "O Lord, forgive me for sinful, selfish ways. Avenge, dear God, my sightless eyes, and let me end my days." The God of Israel heard him and gave him strength once more. He pushed the temple pillars down. The roof came crashing with a roar. 3,000 who were gathered to praise a god of stone fell dead along with Samson. His work for God was done. Samson was a mighty man who listened to God, but also liked to do his own thing. And because he did his own thing and listened to somebody who wasn't listening to God, bad things happened to him. So our hope and our goal is that we continue to listen to God and those who bring God to us, like our parents and our teachers and Sunday school teachers and pastor. I pray that you be able to hear God's voice and remind you that He is the one who gives you true strength through His Son, Jesus. We'll talk to you soon.